Okay, my wife and I like to thrift, and she comes home screaming, "Tristan, I made your dreams come true. I got you something you've always wanted." And there it is, my very own Harley Davidson motorcycle. That's ridden by Sora. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Sora. No. Sit up real quick, let me see that thing. Oh no, my goodness, no, that's ridiculous.
No. Why?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so, all right, so a few years ago, my wife and I made a bet, and today she finally paid up. In that bet, if I won that bet, she had to get me a Harley motorcycle. I guess you could say she finally honored that arrangement. It was not exactly the Harley I had in mind, but I guess a deal is a deal. And with that said, welcome back, everybody. I am Tristan, and welcome to Indigo and Iron. This is my series on sustainable fashion, craftsmanship, and creativity. And today, I'm gonna kind of walk you through the exact equipment we use from photography to our listing process when it comes to reselling online. So whether you are new to reselling or you are looking to refine your workflow, I will show you exactly what we do to make our workflow simple and efficient. Okay, so just a little background. My wife and I have always loved thrifting. It started as a fun way to go and find some unique pieces. We have always enjoyed hitting up local thrift and vintage shops because you never know what you're going to find. Over time, we kind of realized that our thrifting could be a little bit more than a hobby. Now, with that said, I know that thrifting for resale can be a very controversial topic. Some people think that resellers take items away from those who really need them. Over the last decade, thrifting has definitely become a lot more socially acceptable. You have a lot more younger people doing that, and in many cases you could say it's been gentrified. This is just evident in how much things have gone up. I mean, crap, I remember being in college, going to a prom themed party and thrifting an entire Yves Saint Laurent suit for $1.50, and now inflation has hit everything. All right, it's that time. We're gonna talk about gear. Good photos are everything when it comes to making sales. You wanna make sure that you're taking the best photo that you have. So if all you have is a smartphone, that is fantastic. But if you've been using a smartphone and you're ready to step up into something a little bit better, I'm gonna tell you about what we use, what camera, what lens, what lighting, all that type of stuff to kind of give you an idea. Once again, this is not telling you that what you have isn't good enough. This is for those who are looking to level up, change their workflow, and invest in some other equipment. And with that said, the camera that we choose to use for all of our reselling is a LUMIX S5IIX. And we use a 14 to 28 millimeter macro lens. What exactly makes the LUMIX stand out? First and foremost, I sell on Poshmark. I know I've already mentioned that. But being able to take high-res photos in a 1x1 square format just works perfect for Poshmark, in other reselling platforms at that. The camera also has a great high dynamic range. It's got incredible color accuracy, and the sharpness that we can get out of the camera really makes sure that the items that we are taking photos of are presented in their absolute best. Now, just because you've gone and got yourself a fancy camera now does not mean you have to always shoot in RAW. I don't take raw photos for reselling, I shoot in JPEG. The reason I do this is it keeps my workflow simple and efficient. But something that I do always do, now that we are using a professional camera for these photos, is I always set a custom white balance. Every single time, every single session, I set white balance. Proper white balance ensures that colors remain true to life, and it gives buyers confidence in what they are purchasing. So if you're gonna buy a good camera, I don't care if it's a Sony, a Canon, or the Lumix S5IIX, every session, set your white balance. Now, after we have white balance set, it's useless unless you have a good lighting system. Lighting is crucial for product photography. I always position my setup in front of a large window with natural light. I'm very fortunate because the office that we're in right now has a window right here, and I shoot product in this magic corner over here that you can't see. But with that said, natural light is fantastic, but it's not always consistent. And because of that, we will often supplement natural light with this big boy that I have to my left to kind of make up for it. So the lighting setup that I have right here is a Godox SL60 white with a P70 softbox to give us even lighting. If you're just starting out, natural lighting is your best bet. It's free. But having a reliable lighting setup helps you stay consistent, even when lighting conditions aren't ideal. You might start taking photos at one point in the day. I don't care if it's at noon, by 3 o'clock, the light's gonna change. The thing that's nice about having studio lighting is that your lighting is always consistent. So you're always shooting with ideal lighting. But even if you have like a studio light, set your white balance. For the love of God, please set your white balance. Now I know I talked about white balance, but let's also talk about camera settings, right? When I am shooting product photography on a mirrorless camera, I like to shoot in aperture priority mode, so that is going to be the letter A on your camera. And then I like to shoot somewhere between f8 and f10. These are going to give you sharp, consistent product photos. I know you're going to be tempted to shoot wide open because every YouTuber is telling you that you have to shoot with the biggest f-stop, which that means a smaller number, like an f1.2. But if you do that, you're going to end up with out of focus parts of your photo. So aperture priority mode and shoot at a higher f-stop, f8 to f10 tends to be perfect. Now, any tripod is going to do the job, but my favorite thing to use is a monopod, specifically the iFootage Cobra 3 monopod. The thing that I really love about this thing is that I can adjust it with just one hand up and down. It makes adjusting my shots quick and easy, and it really adds to the overall speed of my workflow. To make transitions from tripod shots to close-up detail shots, I like to use the PGY-Tech quick release system. It allows me to quickly detach my camera from the monopod from handheld shots and then get right back to the monopod and reattach it just as easily as I was able to detach it. It really speeds up the workflow. Now this step is one that I find really useful. Before I list any item, I always run it through Google Lens. This way I can ensure that I have the most accurate product description, and sometimes you'll get the exact product name. And sometimes you're not going to get the exact product name, but it'll at least point you in the right direction and help you craft a better and more searchable title than if you had just tried to figure it out on your own. Once I've ran the product through Google Lens, and I've gotten all the details and I've got the title that I want to use right, that's when it's time to list the product. Now, we predominantly sell on Poshmark, so we upload our items there, and we try to provide as much detail as possible. Once an item sells, the final step is packing and shipping. We keep it clean and professional, folding items neatly and using minimal but protective packaging to ensure they arrive safely. Now, when we first started off with reselling, we used to print all of our shipping labels here at home, but now with Poshmark's QR code system, it's even easier. We just take our packages to the post and they scan the QR code, they print the label. It is quick and it's hassle-free, and it's one of the reasons why I like using Poshmark for reselling. Here's something that I've definitely picked up from my wife, and this is a really simple, small touch. We put in a handwritten thank you note with everything that we sell. It goes a really long way, and it creates a positive buying experience and encourages repeat customers. All right, guys, well, thank you so much for watching. If you found this helpful, please drop a comment, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you'd like to get more tips on photography, creativity, and sustainability. Take it easy, guys.